Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Brian Windhorst warns that Jimmy Butler will be in killer mode to prove himself to Heat, rest of NBA. ESPN's Brian Windhorst had some interesting thoughts on Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler ahead of the 2024-25 NBA season. Butler, 34, has yet to come to an agreement with the Heat on a long-term extension, but Windhorst thinks that could lead to him looking to prove himself in the 2024-25 campaign. Jimmy Butler, highly motivated to be a free agent, I think is a different animal, Windhorst said. Butler has a player option on his contract for the 2025-26 season, but he could opt out of his deal after the 2024-25 season to become an unrestricted free agent. Butler also could still sign an extension with the Heat. Miami made the NBA Finals in the 2022-23 season with Butler leading the way, but it ended up losing to the Denver Nuggets in the finals. The Heat didn't have Tyler Herro for the majority of that playoff run, and injuries became an issue for them again last season. And, the Heat have had absolutely miserable health luck the last couple years, Windhorst said. Butler is a part of that awful health luck, as he injured his knee in the play-in tournament against the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2023-24 season and ended up missing Miami's first-round playoff series with the Boston Celtics. Without Butler, Miami lost to Boston in just 5 games. The Heat also dealt with injuries to key players like Terry Rozier and Herro in the 2023-24 season. Missing both of those key guards, Rozier also did not play in the playoffs, at times certainly limited Miami's ceiling as a contender in the Eastern Conference. Windhorst then shared why he is buying the Heat ahead of the 2024-25 season. I'm basically saying buy the Heat because Jimmy Butler is going to, I think, be highly motivated, Windhorst said. At times it seems like Jimmy looks for reasons not to play. And maybe that will be the prevailing situation, but I believe that Jimmy is going to be in killer mode to try to prove himself to the Heat and whoever else in the league. The Heat brought Butler to the franchise ahead of the 2019-20 season, and the 6-time All-Star immediately led them to the NBA Finals in the NBA's Orlando, Florida bubble that season. The Heat have gone to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times and the NBA Finals twice in Butler's time with the team, 5 seasons, so Heat fans know what he is capable of doing when at the top of his game. With his future with the Heat a little up in the air, Butler may be motivated to prove that he deserves a long-term extension with the franchise. If he can lead the Heat on a deep playoff run again in the 2024-25 season, it may be enough to convince Pat Riley and the rest of the Heat front office to continue building around him for a few more years. Carmelo Anthony names Heat star a shoo-in for LA Olympics. In an episode of 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast with Carmelo Anthony and Kid Mero, released on YouTube on August 18, Melo predicted the composition of Team USA that will defend the gold medal in Olympic men's basketball in Los Angeles in 2028. Anthony believes Miami Heat star big man Bam Adebayo, Los Angeles Lakers Anthony Davis, and Boston Celtics Jason Tatum should be among the holdovers from the 2024 Team USA. He thinks these 3 players, Tatum, Davis, and Adebayo, can play the roles of LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Stephen Curry on the recent reincarnation of Team USA, acting as the floor leaders and stabilizers in close-game situations. AD can be the older statesman of the team, Anthony stated. AD, Bam, those are the core guys, barring that they remain injury-proof at the time of the Olympics. Adebayo captured his 2nd career gold medal after Team USA survived France in the most exciting Olympic men's basketball championship game in recent memory. Adebayo scored just 2 points in 9 minutes of that final game, but his contributions to Team USA throughout the tournament had been immense. Apart from the physicality and ability to stretch the floor at the center position, Adebayo also had memorable games in which Team USA relied on his scoring. The Heat's best game came against the tall and lanky South Sudan in the group stages, when he muscled his way to 18 points and 7 rebounds while shooting 80% from the floor. Miami Heat coach Eric Spoelstra is faced with the challenging decision of placing his offensive focus on either veteran star Jimmy Butler or All-Star Bam Adebayo. Butler is entering the final year of his contract, meaning Adebayo is the safer option because of his long-term stability. The issue is Butler already led the Heat to multiple NBA Finals appearances at the helm of the offense. An NBA scout spoke with Miami Heat on SI's Anthony Pasiala about why Adebayo may not even want to take on the role. "I think Bam would rather be a Swiss Army knife. I don't know if Bam wants to do that, be the number one option," said an NBA scout who spoke on the condition of anonymity. "I think he'd be happy with 18, 12, and 6 type of numbers. You can see it sometimes, it's not that he can't be the man, it's I don't need to be the man." The scout also agreed with a statistical comparison to Houston Rockets' Alperen Sengun. The Rockets center finds production in each offensive facet but lacks the defensive prowess of Adebayo. If the three-time All-Star can improve his playmaking and outside shooting, he will fully embody the Swiss Army knife role mentioned by the scout. With Jimmy going into his contract year, he may do it. But Tyler's going to get his shots up, you've got another year with Jamie. I would wait and see if I need to take more pressure on, if I was him, the scout concluded. Former Phoenix Suns wing blasts Miami Heat fans, thousands are on the beach the entire first quarter. Eddie Jhonson, who once played for the Phoenix Suns and currently serves as a color commentator for the team, took a jab at fans of the Miami Heat on social media. The testy exchange was ignited by a post from Phoenix's official page on X, formerly known as Twitter, this week after the NBA schedule for the upcoming 2024-25 regular season was made available to the public. For each team on their schedule, the Suns dedicated a post to the opposing fan base, and for their post on Heat fans, they included a photo of an empty arena. Miami's official X account responded with a screenshot of the league's attendance report from the 2023-24 regular season. The screenshot indicates that the Heat averaged the 4th most fans per home game of any team in the league a season ago, while the Suns averaged just the 25th most. Jhonson responded by implying that Heat fans frequently show up late while Suns fans are on time. The Suns and Heat saw a similar amount of collective success in the 2023-24 campaign. Phoenix finished the regular season with 49 wins and the number 6 seed in the Western Conference, while Miami ended up with 46 wins and the number 8 seed in the Eastern Conference. Both squads also didn't stay alive in the 2024 NBA playoffs for very long. The Heat were eliminated by the Boston Celtics, who captured their 18th title in franchise history in June in 5 games in the opening round. As for the Suns, they fared even worse than the Heat did, as the team was swept by Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round. But the Heat have accomplished more as a franchise from a historical standpoint. After all, Miami has won 3 titles as a franchise in 2006, 2012, and 2013, and the Suns have yet to win a title in franchise history, though the team did reach the NBA Finals earlier in the decade in 2021. Jhonson's recent comments on social media regarding fans of the Heat may stir up some drama between the two fan bases. Fans of both teams should circle their calendars for when the squads face off against each other this coming season. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Eddie Jhonson? Leave your opinion in the comments.